Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Seth.
I'm Justin.
Ahoy, mates. I'm Anthony.
I've been to London once and says mate all of a sudden. Also, what is this doing here?
You planted that just to do that bit, didn't you? Oh, you.
I announced that before we did the intro, but sure you didn't listen.
I didn't listen.
I should have changed my shirt. Hold on. I have an idea.
Everyone did except you.
Hold on.
For context, for those who don't know, we have an upcoming when we have our later Christmas episode.
Our second Christmas episode.
Our episode closest to Christmas, as I was about to clarify. We did a pre-recorded podcast so that we could enjoy the holiday season and all, and most of us had a change of outfit in between, mostly because
we were ready.
Christmas
for Anthony
outfit. Yeah. Well, I'm not here to throw shade. It's Christmas, Cameron.
But actually, it's October 13th.
Oh, yikes!
And Justin has 13 exclamation points
on the 13th.
I find it funny.
Lucky, dude. Bro,
it's bad luck, man. Sorry, British. It's bad luck, man.
Bad luck, mates.
People are gonna find it really funny when they rewatch this after the December 20 whatever episode.
Justin, speaking of you, what have you been up to these past 2 weeks?
Oh gosh, over the last 2 weeks, all I know in my brain is, I wrapped up my last job. Did we talk about that last time? I wasn't here last time.
No, you weren't here last time.
That's crazy. It's weird to say that when we just recorded one. But whatchamacallit, I guess since the last one, I wrapped up my previous job on a show. I'll skip talking about the name, but it'll be out one day. And now I'm going to tell you, just launched a new episode yesterday. Ray! So it's part 2 of our big finale events. It was awesome and fun and working on the show. Wonderful little time. And from the reception, it seems to be an emotional experience. If anyone's seen it in the comments, let me know, because and let me know if it made you feel anything. And I know I would watch some reaction videos and I would feel things watching other people feel things, and it was weird time. But that's probably all I've had going on.
That's a lot.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I have more. Like in my head, I'm like, well, next week I have I guess in 6 days from now, I get to be the bridesmaid at a wedding, so that's exciting.
Ooh, very nice.
Groomsman or bridesmaid?
Well, it's the bride.
Oh, it's the bridesmaid. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen groomswomen. Groomswomen.
I want to be called the bridesmaid.
You want to be a bridesmaid?
No, you're the bridesman.
The
bridesman.
That was all.
I want to be the bridesmaid. Moving forward. So I still have some.
Yeah. Are you wearing the dress?
No, I didn't. She organized my outfits and picked a suit. Anyway,
is it turquoise, gray, or lavender?
It's kind of like dark. It's a suit. So it's
what color is
this? So your suit or whatever doesn't have the same color as the dresses,
or black or something. I don't have it. I have to pick it up in another state, and it's a whole thing. Okay, but whatchamacallit, so I still have a lot of planning to do for that over the next 2 days or something. So that's how I'm spending the rest of today. What up with y'all?
What's Anthony's look? I don't understand why Anthony's so confused.
I saw that, Cam.
Yeah, I did too, and I was like, why? How? What?
Were you looking at Cameron instead of me? Because I was talking.
I just forgot to put something off my desk.
He had his belt out.
You'll get that when we have the next episode.
It's a
for our December episode. Don't worry, kids.
We've all seen the Christmas belts.
We've all seen the Christmas belt. Yeah. Seb, what have you been doing these past 2 weeks?
Oh God. Well, I was sick with a cold.
Yay! In the sense of I assume it's done now.
Yeah. I mean, do I sound that sick right now? I mean, I
No,
sounded
no.
definitely worse. Cameron can
You
confirm.
sounded worse. Yeah, you were
And
worse.
then also, I feel like because that wasn't that 2 weeks ago. I made some food for you and Anthony.
Yeah, but that's for a different episode.
I mean, in general, we had food and stuff. So
We did it, yeah.
yeah, because
All I'm
Anthony
saying
was
is food
there.
orgasm is in your mouth when Seb cooks for you.
Seb is a great, like he's
And
a
that's
trained chef
all
and he's a
I'm
great
going to
cook.
say
I
is
love it.
orgasmic food.
When we do Thanksgiving, Seb is always invited, and it's like 45% because of the food, because he can cook great food.
That's why this year I'm just making eggnog, like 3-4 liters of it, like 2 gallons of eggnog.
55% of why I invited is because he's a good friend of mine and I love him to death. 45% is because he cooks great food, including like a good beef Wellington or literally any food. Yeah. Yeah, no.
And that was
Yeah,
the
otherwise not much.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony, do you want to go first? Because we have a shared past 2 weeks a bit, because you did just leave last
Yeah,
week.
we go together.
How could you leave?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went
back
back
to-
to the States.
Yeah,
But he's coming back.
He hopefully, yeah.
hopefully, yeah. Once I get the approval.
Yay.
All right.
So I was in Germany
Yes.
and then also United Kingdom and London. Cheers. Where we saw the Seb is straight is pointing at me right now. Where we saw the Jets play.
I think what the issue was, you didn't say Cheerio.
Oh, is it Cheerio?
You got it. It's true. If it's tea, it's always pip pip cheerio. If you want to be so stereotypical.
Ate some fantastic food in Berlin.
Yeah.
I miss it. I had chicken here, and I was very disappointed.
Oh, you mean you've been back to America, had chicken, and we're like, nah, I want that other stuff?
I had a piece of it. My mom made a roasted chicken, and I was like, I can't eat this, Mom. It just
Then
tastes
again, there's this saying about German people that a typical German household has like 5 spices in their cupboard:
True.
salt, pepper, paprika powder, French herb mix, and
Italian herbs of Provence. I think.
No, it's that's why French herb mix, and I think that's kind of sometimes curry powder to be spicy or to put it on currywurst. And then there's Maggi, the sauce you put on stuff, and then there's Fondor, which is also made by the same company, which is basically MSG but in German.
Yeah, the Germans aren't really known for their cooking, even though they do make good food.
Yeah,
I
so
think the other thing is like the big thing is like the Germany has just unprocessed food, right? Like since I was back, like I've just been feeling a little better only because like I don't feel as like I feel like I just get really stuffy in the US when I'm there. Like just when I have the food. That's all I'll say for the podcast because I think anything else is just potty talk.
And again, you remember when we were in the States together, we ate a lot more than we would do on a normal day. We went to Philly, had lunch, and then we shared 1.5 giant cheesesteak sandwiches with each other to afterwards have drinks and some fries at a bar to then have ice cream at the weird retro ice cream parlor on the way back. Well, technically it was a 1.2 liter root beer float, but doesn't matter.
But
but I feel like because that was like the second day or third day we were there of like those 2 weeks, and I didn't eat as much afterwards, I actually kind of lost some weight during my stay because my body was like, okay, if this is what I have to expect and then it gets less, then it's like, yeah, okay, maybe I don't need to worry or something.
Jeez. But yeah.
What
have you been doing, Anthony, since you got back to the US?
Adjusting. Work slapped me with a bunch of stuff and just getting that stuff done and catching up.
Nice.
And I got a little sick. I think
everyone's sick right now. I can't.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it was from. I think it was from the plane. It just like as soon as I landed, I felt like doo-doo. I was congested, but I'm getting over it now.
Yeah, because I remember us having this conversation because I think Eleanor was sick at some point, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to get sick." I did not, in fact, get sick.
You're fine.
I haven't been sick. It's been like super surprising. Yeah, I mean, I got back to, I don't know, this weekend has been a lot. Yeah, we for those of you who know Logan Riley Bruner is a big friend of the show. He had his movie premiere for his feature film All You Need Is Blood that he starred in. It is on Kino. Just follow me on Instagram. My story, I've posted the link. It's basically the price of a movie ticket. Go watch it online. It's absolutely so much fun. Goodbye, Anthony.
Well,
It's a
really go see it.
He went to go see it, 100%. It was
definitely that's why it's leading.
It's such a good movie. Like I could 10 out of 10 recommend. Like it was really solid. Yeah. That's kind of the only thing that I've been kind of up to these. I mean, that was this morning. I was at 3 a.m. They had the live premiere, so I was like, I'm going to support my friend. So, and then I'm preparing for the next movie, and yeah, as Justin said, we just recorded another episode before, so after this, I am gonna kind of crash.
As you should.
Maybe I'm working on getting my I keep forgetting what they're called. The cloth things for windows are called curtains. I'm putting hooks on the curtains right now. We've been just using the curtains right now, and right now I have these little hooks so that like they're easy to bring back and forth.
How'd the cleaning go?
It was good. Yeah, it like a lot cleaner. We threw out 2 big trash bags full of stuff.
Damn.
Yep. So, and everything looks nice.
Cameron, why don't you do what people do nowadays all the time? Put it into like a moving box or something, and then write mystery box on it and sell it for $50 on eBay.
We also put a lot of stuff downstairs. So like a lot of we put in like 3 boxes of stuff just downstairs. So yeah, it looks very nice. And then I also did what we also did yesterday in the kitchen. There was this light, this like LED ring, this LED like strip, and I replaced it because it was broken. And so now it goes around the whole entire like cabinet, and it now goes all the colors, but it also kind of affects the kitchen light. So that's always funny when I try to put it into a color and then I have to tell the kitchen to go to a different color. It's fun. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. Yeah, I don't know. We have a film, Idiocracy.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of like stuff, it's coming up. Election day is in 2 weeks. I have my ballot right over there. I need to send it in. For those people that are U.S. citizens and have the right to vote, please do so. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. For those that know, I'm very politically active, so I do a lot of politics stuff.
I've already voted, baby.
Great, lovely. But yeah, the
mail-in ballot.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm going present.
Yeah, so we that's what we're doing. And so I thought, hey, I wanted to actually do this. I would have done it close to election day, but our next episode is Halloween themed, and then after that it's like mid-November, so like past election day. So I thought, let's do this now.
I mean, you can do it next time because the foresight is very spooky.
Idiocracy is a movie about a guy and a girl who go into a government program and are supposed to be frozen for a year as an experiment, but end up getting forgotten. And then you get frozen for 500 years and wake up, and the world has become significantly dumber as a result.
Yes.
And so this guy that is quote average in every single way is now the smartest person in the world.
I mean, that's why he got chosen, because he is the average American guy in the army.
Yeah. No, not only in the army, in the US. Like he is like
he's the average bloke, basically.
Yeah. But he's in the army, that's why they chose him. Yeah. And so he has to try to find a way back home. So
people are stupid.
People are really stupid.
Yeah, well,
it was a film.
Yay!
It was mildly
Cameron,
entertaining.
that's a bold statement. Well, that's an actual statement.
It's not terrible. It's like
I might say it was a movie.
We're really coming in with facts here, guys.
Okay.
It's
for clarity, anyone
it's a joke.
see the movie before this point?
No.
It was Anthony.
I mean, Cameron has a hang to just watch the sequel.
Hi, Jeffrey Spector.
Oh,
This is
I watched.
Oh my God! Did we have? Oh, hello there. Well,
we're already warmed up today, so that means that we should like nail this podcast.
Definitely.
So then, Anthony, what's what's hi, Brian Koch.
No,
Anthony, what's the mentality
we'll get to it later.
On this one going in for the pick? Were you looking to see? Were you recommended? What was the vibe coming in when selecting the film?
I recommended this one.
Oh,
yes.
I don't remember recommending this one.
I think the conversation was, "Hey, I'm looking for a politically charged movie to do around Election Day."
Yeah.
And then quote Anthony, "Man, then we should do Idiocracy."
That was it.
Yeah.
I would like it's a good like Idiocracy is like it's just one of those movies you put on when you feel like having a dumb laugh. It's not very good.
But did I laugh though?
You didn't laugh.
Yeah, if it's a movie that you put on to laugh, is it really a politically charged movie? I like Cam's mom.
I mean, like you could talk about like how it's politically charged versus like society, and how it like dictates the future of society.
I felt this movie was scary. It was too real.
That's fair.
I truly think this will be us in 500 years. Like sure. I can
to paint a picture here.
I hope it won't be us in 500 years. I hope I'll be dead by then. I don't want to experience that.
This is a movie in which you're seeing a bunch of people. As Cameron mentioned, people are jumping into the future. They're just average Joes, basically. Whereas the rest of the world, you're looking at a Wall-E-esque society, especially in terms of pollution and garbage, but also instead of the main focus of the humans being like, oh, they got in lazy, overweight, blah, blah, blah. The focus here is, oh, they got stupid and everyone talks very stupid. And you're dealing with these idiots for like an hour and a half. And you're like, gosh, this is grating. It's I think I did have all laugh in the movie, and it was just because someone had a funny line read or something. I there was at least one or two laughs in the hour and a half. My buddy, spoiler alert, Terry was in this. My best friend Terry Crews. I was very excited to see him. A little bright spot,
There's a couple of things that I'm waiting for once we get to the spoilers, because like
Sure.
You guys all really hated this movie?
I didn't.
No.
I think out of all the movies we watched, it was the one that I had the second most trouble getting through.
Yes.
What was the first one?
Last Unicorn. Was the Last Unicorn? That movie was so hard to watch.
Well, I pointed to Cameron because I assumed he had the same opinion as me, and he did.
Yeah, but then again, at least the story was better.
In which one?
The Last Unicorn.
It's a more palatable film for sure. There's I guess what you're dealing with is Last Unicorn. You have a very surreal story that's told in an interesting way, whereas this is a very straightforward story.
Yeah, it's very on the nose.
In the most basic Beats way.
This wasn't a bad movie. I think we just also watched a bunch of really, really, really great films.
Yeah.
Have we announced? I forget what our December 22nd movie is.
No, but we haven't yet. No.
Okay, because the point being that for a Christmas movie, we watched a really, really good one that we talked about right before this. So, like, that was my double feature.
That's a double feature to really.
Did you watch the Christmas movie before or after the?
I watched the Christmas movie first because we did the podcast first.
Me too, but that had nothing to do with it.
And I watched this.
I watched Idiocracy and the Christmas film on 2 separate days.
Didn't find like any humor in it at all.
Oh, I like one running gag. I like the painter running gag. I think it's fun.
Painter?
I think it's where he keeps going, keep painting, and or it's stuff like you got to break up with your boyfriend kind of stuff. I don't want to be too specific because I guess that's the closest we can get to like a spoiler, right? But like, there's a running gag where so one of the main characters just normal everyday Joe. The other prostitute, and we love that for our.
Oh yeah, that.
And she says she's a painter.
Yeah, that's true.
She's a sex worker. She calls herself a painter in front of the guy, and then says that the person who is, as they say in the movie, pimp, is her. And she says, "Oh, my boyfriend," blah blah blah. And like every now and then, he just brings it up and goes, "You're gonna be such a great painter one day." And she just gives a little look, and you're like, that's not what she does, but it feels kind of wholesome in a way. I don't know. It's just brought up every once in a while. I get a little thing out of it. It's cute.
Like that's the other thing that I actually audibly laughed about is there's the scene in the White House where they're talking about the water and like watering the plants with water and not with the energy drink.
Oh, that's a good bit.
It's such a that would I actually laugh.
But it has the electrolytes.
It has the electrolytes. But what are electrolytes? Well, that's what that's made of.
Well, because that bit starts as a sign, right? Because you see the sign once or twice, where it's the company name with the Gatorade, and then
it's one of the first things that you see in the movie when he goes to the water fountain,
right.
And he's like, "There's no water in there." And then he asks someone,
"It has electrolytes," or it'll say in the case of the plants, like, it has what plants want, electrolytes. And you're like, that's just kind of funny. That's just a kind of funny sign. And then you could see that the people in the movie have also gravitated towards the same thing. And they're like, it has electrolytes. And that's a much later thing. It feels almost like payoff in a way. I don't know. But the way that they keep repeating it, like,
it's pretty.
There's any logic to it is a lot of fun.
I liked it. That was a really funny bit. I audibly laughed at that and then showed that to
Ellen. For the record, for the people who haven't seen the movie, because I feel like the fact that we're not recommending the movie, it seems, unless Anthony wants to.
No.
The fact that we're not recommending
none of you like this movie.
I think
also Anthony, I wouldn't recommend it.
I think, because we're not recommending it, no one's gonna, therefore watch it. So I think it's best that we just explain as much as possible here, because it's not like pure. So, we were living in a wasteland where one of many, many issues, is that they have because a company has bought out, what's the
FDA?
Yeah, that. Now they're using Gatorade. They're sponsored Gatorade, this corporation, instead of water to water the plants. So that's one of the initial issues that now that our little guy has done an aptitude test and is declared smartest person in the world, he's being tasked with trying to save civilization, even though he's like one of us. Like, I couldn't save the world, but he's like, everyone else is like, you're a genius. We have so many issues. You're the only one who could solve the problem. He's like, I'll give it a try. Maybe water the plants, and they go, whoa!
But the other thing has electrolytes. It's what plants need.
That's what the advertising says.
That's a great bit. It's so funny.
It's a fun bit. So, I mean, the movie's it's so simple. He is. It takes a long time to get to each beat is the issue. But it's you have to wait till halfway through the movie for them to be like, oh, we're not sending you to jail. You're smart. We decided, and we need you to save the world. And he goes, stop watering the plants with Gatorade, and they go, good idea. But then people get angry at him because it leads to the company's stock going way down, the Gatorade company. And then a lot of people lose their jobs. That's a smart little detail that feels like a little before its time. The fact that because the stock went down, a computer fired half the company. That feels like a very
half of the population is jobless because of the change. And if you think it's basically all they consume, because even in the first scene where he drinks from the water fountain and it's like, oh no, it's this energy drink in there. And he asks the guy, but where's water? Where can I get water? And he's like, but water is for toilets. So basically, everything they must consume in liquids, because I mean, it has caffeine and everything, so they won't technically need to drink coffee. Most of what they consume in liquids and what they use in liquids is this drink. So to employ half of the population for one company, and it's a drinks company for a dystopian future, is kind of weird and shows how idiotic this society is, because they could do a lot of things, but they chose to do this.
Here's the issue, the not issue that I have to concern about this movie, of how just accurate it is. Of like, sure. I'm gonna throw a lot of shade at some people. The whole opening bit of that smart people just don't reproduce.
Yeah,
it went on a while, but I mean,
every beat goes on for a while. This film was meant for people that live in 2,500.
Yeah,
500. Like, it was meant for that population.
No, a movie made for the people in 2,500 would just show an ass for an hour.
That's true. That's when the movie
because it did.
That's when the movie takes place.
Oh. 2,500. Never mind. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that whole opening bit where like they talk about like the comparison between like the two like smart people and the dumb people, which issue with how that's portrayed, but that's a different issue for a different day.
But I mean, then again, and that's a real factual thing, smart people are more depressed than dumb people are like in society. So I think struggling and not doing things or contemplating decisions too much instead of making them is something that smart people rather do than dumb people. That's why the dumb people just do things without thinking about the outcome. And that's why the world has gone down the drain so much.
That's true.
Very true.
It feels like a very 2000s movie. That's for
true.
Sure.
It does feel like very 2000s.
Yeah, a little heads up for anyone who doesn't like hearing the R slur or the F slur, or just being, just generally like
any slur that was seen as funny or ironic.
But yeah, I mean, the movie will be like, we could say this terrible thing, irony. So it's that vibe. But
yeah,
I feel like nowadays, if you see something like that, it's played a little smarter. This one's,
it would be canceled. It is playing on Disney Plus for anyone that has 90 minutes to kill,
which is crazy.
Yeah, that's on there, but like other films aren't.
Idiocracy.
So true. Some films are there, some films aren't.
Some films that shouldn't. Like, I was looking up today. Apparently, the Muppets made a The Office parody.
Name me.
Yes.
And that's not on Disney Plus, but this is.
Yeah, because Ricky Gervais was against it. Maybe. Who knows? Does he like Disney? Anthony? I don't know.
What are you saying, Anthony?
I said, name me something you enjoyed about the film.
I told you, the circular bit with the water and the electrolyte.
I liked the arena fights.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. The movie was fine. The fact that Starbucks is a sex shop now, that's funny.
I don't remember that.
Also, that you can get everything at Costco, and the guy got his law degree at Costco.
That was pretty funny. I was like, okay.
And I was like, he's stupid. Yeah, of course his law degree is from Costco.
I liked the bit where the guy giving the presentation got really, really into his undercover work, trying to convince the pimp that that he could take
that's really funny.
Rita off his hands. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted to do a whole slideshow about his goofy little operation getting into this world. That was cute.
And then he gets arrested for it later.
Yeah. But
which is what this all led to. I mean,
yeah. Although the fact that no one else in the department, like that the other people from the department didn't either remember or care to remember.
It wasn't one of all the barracks in the camp, and the whole camp got torn down. So how would they?
Well, why wouldn't they remember it before the camp got torn down?
Because no one cared about those. Like it was one of the weird niche side projects. And
also the fact that the pimp was actually in a pod 2 at the end. So they set up a sequel that never actually happened.
It would have been awesome.
Tisk tisk. We'd be watching it next. 100%.
Idiocracy.
Nah.
Nah. Oh man.
Any other thoughts before
I think it's time.
It's a movie.
Great.
That
movie.
Ooby.
I gave it a. That's an opinion. I've never seen it, but that's what I wanted to say.
Yay! Cameron, be careful what you say right now.
I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Oh, I get a 5.
Which might be high, but
which might be half a star lower than the Christmas movie before this.
That's true.
What?
I said that you're right.
That we're like, this is glorious. Or at least I said that, but at least the general vibe was this is wonderful and charming and fun and embodies the holiday spirit as these amazing characters and is wonderful. In this movie, we were like, I can't really think of anything I liked about it.
But it had a cohesive story.
Oh, that's nice. A 5th grader could do that.
Fine. You want me to give it a 2.5? Is that what you want?
I just want you to bump the other one up to a 5, maybe.
No.
But come on, logic it out here. You're going to say one movie is great and one movie is... It has a story, and they're going to be the same rating?
Fine. 2.5. I'm giving it a 2.5.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Give it a 3 out of 5.
That might be high, but...
Okay. Let me say my shit. I can put my hand inside of a Pringles can.
No!
But I can give it 3 sugar canes out of 10.
Yay!
Justin?
That was a good bit. I like that.
That was funny. I did not know where I was going, but...
Idiocracy.
Justin?
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
Here's my thing.
There's a thing.
Usually, I really like the movies on the show, so I could be like, when I could be silly by going, oh, it's a 30 out of 10. I feel okay about that. Here, I'm like, I don't like putting definitive negativity out there about a movie in terms of like ratings and stuff. Hence why my Letterboxd is the way it is. So like the flip version of that is like, oh, I give it a negative 1,000 out of about 200,000.
So 5 out of 10.
One's negative and one's not.
Oh.
It's negative 5 out of 10. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna give it a 10.
Out of
10.
Oh, okay. Well, for you, that's low.
So Cameron gave this movie half a star less than your Christmas movie, but you're giving this one more points than your Christmas movie.
No,
I understand where you're coming
30
from.
out of 10.
I understand where you're coming from, but also Cameron's ratings, he means them. And that's why I get upset.
Anthony,
so what you're saying is you are not a man of your word.
No, he means not being serious is what he's saying. That he's all this is facetious to him. That he finds rating to be stupid.
Ranking, I'm chill with. Rating, I'm like, what does a number mean?
I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 10. I just really wanted to share that the
How is my rating the highest?
I gave him the same rating.
Okay, lower it then.
No, because then like all the other films are messed up.
Anthony and I have the exact same rating.
2.5 out of 5, equivalent to 5 out of 10. 50%. Are you saying that like out of all the things you watch, this is like right down the middle. This is right down the middle,
No,
Cameron.
my average though is like 3.5.
Do you just watch garbage on the daily? Is that what you
Yeah,
do?
I'll give it 4 out of 10.
Cameron, what did you give The Last
Also,
Unicorn? And I don't want to rate this movie any higher than it is, and I don't want to rage about it and make it better than it is.
When did we watch Last Unicorn? I need to look through my letterbox real quick. I don't remember.
4th or 5th episode?
It was right after Last Wish, if that helps at all.
Then it might have been the 6th or 7th, yeah.
The last
right after Last
trilogy.
Wish?
Yeah, because it was
Yeah,
two last
after
movies.
Puss in
I
Boots.
rated Last Unicorn 3 out of 5.
So, and you said that you like this movie better than The Last Unicorn. So, what do you give this movie in a rating, Cameron? Do your magic now. Come on, do it. Do it.
I'm more impressed by Last Unicorn.
That's true. I think The Last Unicorn is a better film than
This score
And it has the better soundtrack because, like, what was the soundtrack in this movie anyway?
Non-existent.
What do you
Yes!
mean? You don't like the
I rated Idiocracy the same as I rated The Watchers, which I find to be very fair. The Watchers, I also gave a 2.5 out of 5. I feel like this is on par with that. A movie that is very flawed.
Cameron,
All right.
according to your letterbox, do you have any other movies rated the exact same?
That's 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name like 3 other movies, just for like reference.
I don't know how can I sort these? Yeah, Joker, I rated 2. The second Joker film, I rated as a 2 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Fair play, sadly. They milked the music part too much, definitely.
What I rated 2.5 out of 5. Idiocracy, The Watchers, Chantal im Märchenland.
So true.
Fuck You Good.
Undeserved, that needs more.
Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, Kung Fu Panda 4, How to Have Sex, Scorched Earth, My Summer with Irene, The YouTube Effect, Anselm, Paradise, Luck, Till the End of the Night, Hello Darkness, Here.
So you say this movie is as bad as Kung Fu Panda?
4? Yes.
Yeah.
No, Kung Fu Panda 4 is a lot better than 2.
No.
The Kung Fu Panda 4.
I'd rather watch Kung Fu Panda than this.
Fair,
Yeah.
but I also find it.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is fun. Like it's not like magical, but like you know.
And honestly, Chantal im Märchenland is a modern fairy tale classic.
Do you mean the other way around, Brian?
Yeah, I think he means the other way around.
You mean the other way around because you're now saying that the original Joker is the worst out of those 3. That's
it's smaller than Joker 2, which is smaller than Idiocracy.
I don't know if this no is on my comments.
I haven't heard Brian's Joker 2 opinions.
Or what this no is. We will wait for.
I am confusion. America explain.
I know for a fact that Brian wasn't a Joker 1 fan, so this neither was I. So this adds up.
Yeah, and I thought Joker 2 was worse. It had no story.
It sounds like most people feel that way.
It's a movie.
Oh, that's a good point.
Where at least Joker 2 had an idea. I thought Joker 1 had an idea.
Yeah, I mean, Joker 2 basically played on the idea.
Did you see Joker 2, Seb?
Yes.
I felt the second one. Yeah, I know, Mom, you did. I know you did.
Yay!
No, Mom.
Sidebar for a moment, guys. Let's come to the corner.
Yes, Anthony.
Come to the corner. Joker 2 was flat, and the ideas that it was trying to convey made no sense and weren't executed well. At least Joker 1 had good dialogue and good camera.
It got good camera.
It has real. Oh my god, those shots are so beautiful.
Oh, it got good camera.
Got good camera.
But that's what both movies do.
No, the second film is not as good cinematically as the first one.
Yeah, but you said it had good camera, but I think both the Joker movies have good camera. Like that's
credit.
Yeah, and which is why Joker 2 gets a 2 out of 5 and not like a 1 out of 5 because the camera is still good, but not as good as the original. Anyway, yeah, but isn't it
that is funny. Good point.
Yes,
Okay.
he's right about that one.
I'm not gonna name people, but Seb and I were talking about a specific person that like basically like idolizes like basically a mixture of Arthur Fleck and the guy from Taxi Driver.
Don't let me meet this person.
No.
I can make that happen.
No. Do what you want. I don't care. But and when I watched this movie, I 100% felt that. That's
Brian, you're selling me on it.
Brian, I might have to watch this.
But also, you're telling me that Idiocracy probably is better than that. I'm like, I couldn't sit through Idiocracy. So.
I think we should go to our topic of the week.
Joker is pretty.
It's pretty. I have a lot of other different issues with Joker 2. Brian, I'm more than happy to have that conversation with you.
And now it's time to talk that topic.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
So here was my suggestion, because we're talking about politicians and politics and all that stuff. In a very not serious way.
So true.
That's fair. That's an opinion that I find valid.
Brian, you're fine.
We were like, before I watched the film, it was our like election day extravaganza thing. So here was my suggestion. We're all gonna basically pitch a politician from a movie to become president, and we need to explain why we want that politician and why we think they're good. This doesn't need to be a serious pick, but it's a pick. And then at the end, we'll vote on who we think should be the politician.
Does a politician have to have a movie based off of them?
No, it's just a politician in a movie.
Shoot. Mine was from a TV show.
That can work too. That's also fine.
I could also try to think of a movie one.
So I will start. All right. I'll make myself big. My pick.
You don't have Leo today?
For who should be president is Mayor Vaughn from Jaws.
No way. I had the same thoughts.
That's why you wore the shirt. Oh my god. 100%
why I wore the shirt. Yeah. No, 100%. He is a steady hand, and he cares, and he will make sure that even if something's going wrong, yes, the shirt. Even if something's going wrong, it's fine. Everything's going to be fine. And you know what? We need that right now. We need positivity, and we just need to make sure that there's a politician there that definitely does his job in saying that everything's fine and trying to calm everyone down. Even if there is a shark in the water killing people, it's fine. Everything's fine. So that's my pick.
I still love that shirt. You're always bringing the main character vibes.
Thank you. Who's next? Who has... By the way, Brian, that was not the person I originally picked. And like 2 minutes before the stream start, I was like, we're going to do this. So
true. So true. Seb, I need to know your little pick.
Okay, good. So let me open the door for an...
What?
Kind of just blew my minds.
Is it open enough, or shall I come in again? Okay, no. Okay, so my pick is weird. And the thing is, originally, we just spoke about a politician. Might it be a good one or a very bad one? And you can then just explain why you took that pick. And then before we started this recording today, Cameron was like, yeah, to be made president. I was like, that was never part of it. But then I was like, okay, cool, I'll stick with it because still a good analogy. So my pick is first representative of his kind and then Senator Jar Jar Binks.
Oh boy.
because even though he always tried to do the best for his people and his planet that he represented, also in regards to Brian, if it would be Abraham Lincoln, it would be the one from the Vampire Slayer one and not the normal Abraham Lincoln one. Because he's got a crossbow and stuff like that and an axe. It's cool. But yeah, back to Jar Jar Binks. Because basically he always tried to do the best, but then was shunned and hated by the people of his planet for aiding the Republic to gain power. And he went into exile and later came back to his home planet of Naboo to roam the streets and be a street clown for the kids. And the kids loved him and his funny jokes. And he, at some point, died of old age. but the older people who knew about what for the past basically all despised him still. And well, with certain people in America maybe coming to power, I'm like, yeah, well, street clowns being in political positions, well, you know.
But wasn't Jar Jar, isn't it now canon that
he's not a Sith Lord?
That he's a Sith Lord. Isn't that canon now?
He is not a Sith Lord. He had yellow eyes from the get-go because Gungans have yellow eyes. It's just because of the yellow eyes and.
But
the thing is, the end of his life and the way that he lived was made clear in comics. And if they made something like that
afterwards, thank you, Ryan, for the clarification. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say there is something like that. There are animations about that online. I know that, but
no, it was like an official canon, like from Disney.
Previously. Yeah, but then again, like that wouldn't make sense because they put out official canon ending stories for his character in an own comic, so like it doesn't make sense.
Canon things, it doesn't. Anyway.
Yeah, but changing canon is stupid, so I'm sticking with that one because the street clown analogy is great.
Anthony's looking.
And they're both kind of orange, like our StreamYard's design.
That's fair.
So, my pick would be King Neptune.
Ooh.
From SpongeBob.
Wait, but which one?
Oh, I thought you meant Ariel, but okay.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that's Triton. My bad.
You have early episode Neptune and you have movie Neptune.
Yeah, right. The old one and the sexy one.
I don't know. Both. They have a kid and they're just combined. Both. They're one Neptune.
So long, sexy beard and a six-pack.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, Ryan makes a point of we're talking movie politician, even though my pick isn't.
I mean, everyone movie politician than the president from Independence Day. He just knows how to handle disasters.
Wait, I think we should go back to Neptune.
Well, no, King Neptune. He everyone's happy in SpongeBob. That's
okay. Well, we're gonna pause.
Good choice, Jeffrey. Always a good.
We gotta pause to talk to Cameron's dad here because I understand where you're coming from about ratings. And the comment for anyone who's just listening, just using
their
listening ears.
Yeah.
For anyone who's listening, Jeffrey Spector makes the excellent whatever. Justin, you're wrong about ratings. I use your ratings to judge what I might like based upon when we agree. That is how I tend to look at reviews. So I completely understand that. On the flip side, I feel like if I'm, talking positively about something for like 30 minutes and then I give a kind of silly review, my hope is that throughout the lengthy podcast, we could get a vibe of if I like something, maybe you'll like it too. But you know what? You're right. I'm going to update my review for Idiocracy. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Yay!
But with what Justin just said, I kind of agree with that because when you go into it and explain your highs and lows of a movie and your favorite points, something, and the people listen to that, and out of that maybe can build their own rating, it's much more profound way to judge than just going by a short little number that you put out instead of all the words that you put out there about a movie, because that is much more intricate and much more detailed of a opinion than a tiny little number that gives no context at all.
That's fair.
But I think Jeffrey Spector is a really cool person. So I'm going to respect that opinion and give it a thumbs up. And, let's see. Brian Patch writes, Justin afraid of getting barred from the industry for giving Idiocracy a bad review. So he gives a horrible movie with excessive slurs.
Justin is canceled.
Now he's safe. I mean, listen. If anyone wanted to cancel me over this podcast, anyone who has the full context of the podcast knows how I actually feel about it. Also, I just updated the review, so we're fine. We're safe. We're good. Whatever.
And
Justin, rating slurs and making kids cry. He's cancelled.
It's not
Anthony,
about being.
never mind.
It's not about being barred from the industry. It's about knowing how it feels to be excessively hated on. So I just, I just have a habit at this point of feeling iffy about putting a definitive statement of negativity about someone else's creative work into the world.
Fair.
Justin, can you handle it?
If I have you by my side, Seb, perhaps.
Oh, Anthony.
It's like a door handle.
It's actually a window handle, but yeah.
It's like a window hand. Well, a window's like a door to the soul. Those are eyes, but they're windows.
We get a dual
Who's next?
Anthony was still going.
That's good.
Yeah, you never actually give a reason as to why you want King Neptune.
Because everyone in the Bikini Bottom is happy.
So true.
Besides SpongeBob, not SpongeBob. Besides Squidward, but he's always grumpy. That's his character, right?
So what about Plankton?
You can't count Plankton. Also a character, right? They're both like developed to be like.
What about the guy who keeps breaking his leg?
What? What guy that broke his leg?
The guy who's always in
as we all know, his name is Fred. He always shouts my leg.
Like 90.
What about Mrs. Puff?
What about Mrs. Puff?
She's happy. She's in moments.
She's gonna finish that casserole. Yeah.
What about Gary?
Gary's happy. He works out. Not Gary. Gary's a snail. I'm thinking of Larry.
Anyway, so everyone's happy in Bikini Bottom, therefore we should have King Neptune.
Yay!
Justin, you're last.
Here's the thing. I feel like I'm following the assignment, just changing movie to TV show. This is my favorite fictional politician, but it is cheating a little bit because I feel like it's an obvious, like, well, yeah, this is the best person. So running for president on the Justin party is Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation. Just the most delightful, positive soul in the entire world. Can-do attitude, cares deeply about the people, and you feel that oozing in every scene. It's like the premise of the whole show, how much she cares.
So what are your feelings?
She would do great. Brian Koch, grow up. I came in here not knowing I was supposed to do a movie, and I asked Cameron, hey, I did a TV show. Is that okay? And Cameron said, Justin, yes, and I love you. Here's $50. I'm still waiting on that, by the way.
I didn't offer.
So I think I followed the assignment to a T, and I win.
We have a good contender here.
Harrison Ford from Air Force One.
Yay. Boo. Yay. Boo. All right, I could update it to Amy Poehler as Joy instead. Either way, it's the same person.
All right. So we're gonna go in order of how we just decided, and we're gonna vote for one person, but not the person that you wanted. That the person that's on your list. Okay. So I guess I'll go first.
Yay!
We had a lot of good picks, but seeing as Amy Poehler is a star and her character makes a lot of great decisions in both Parks and Rec and Inside Out, I gotta go with Joy.
I'm doubling down on the Joy as well.
Yeah.
Grass is coming off. It is final.
I was originally gonna go with Cameron, but as I think a realistic person is better, Justin, you can have it.
Yay!
I mean, Justin, you don't need to say, but who would you have voted for from the three of us?
Neptune's kind of cute.
Fair enough. All right, Joy is running for president and will be our next president of the United States. No,
truly
of the world.
The opposite of the
of the world. Wait, can we think of that again? Because the world is mostly water. Maybe we want Neptune.
There's a lot of hate in the world. There's a lot of hate in the world right now. We need a little joy.
Water. I know that makes no sense, but it kind of does, doesn't it?
Joy.
According to Justin.
According to the world.
There's going to be
according to the world.
There's going to be so much more love in the world when Joy's in charge.
That's true. More love.
Haha! More joy for the world.
Joy to the world. All right.
And I think do we do the comment about from Jeffrey Spector? He lets the shark eat people, because that was my first thought as someone who hasn't seen Jaws.
I think he's talking about Air Force.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or no, maybe not. I don't remember. I don't know what he's currently referencing, because he went from Harrison Ford to Air Force One to this. But yeah, Brian, you're the actual winner because you proposed it, and then Justin took your thing. So
I do.
Justin wins, but in a very different sense, Brian wins.
Brian gets to,
Brian has been on the show. He's a canon member of the Capcom podcast.
I was gonna say Brian's prize is replacing me on the podcast.
No, he's not. We love you too much. Well, be on it next time, Brian.
What is next week? Cameron Spector?
Well, in 2 weeks, we're doing Wendell and Wild, which is a Henry Selick film, the guy that made Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas. And then we're doing Nightmare Before Christmas after that. So it's like next 3 movies, absolutely amazing. Beginning of November, we're going to announce the next set of movies. Brian, you're always welcome on the show.
Maybe if you want to be there. If I can't make it, maybe you can make it or something.
Or something.
Or we have 5 people on the show. That's also okay. Shut up. No. I will not agree. No.
Honestly, if he brings like a VTuber character on here instead of the real picture of him, I'm down for it. I'd love that.
We just had animation. Like, we do a pretty heavy, like, since we just did the year recap, like, we had a lot of animation. We just did anime. We just did Your Name. What was that last episode?
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Wait,
was that 2 episodes?
I thought it was an episode. I thought I wasn't here last time. Was I? I wasn't here 2 times ago. Oh, because I was here last time. I was wrong at the beginning. Yeah, Your Name was last.
Your Name was last time. Yeah, because last time we talked about 13.
And I mean, from our perspective, the podcast that we pre-recorded right before this for December was animation. But there's still so much pesky live action.
No, yes, I'm sorry. Wait, I need to look at this right now. We now need to halt.
We do not.
We cannot. No, because we did I don't know if it's a 50-50 split, but it's almost 50-50.
Yeah, split. It's something like that. Yeah, we know.
Like, we did a lot of animation. Not that that's bad.
You're gonna let Brian Koch get under your skin?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cameron, I sent you a message in the private chat. I did.
Anyway, we had a lot of animation this year. We do about every other episode. Maybe not every other, but
we've done Kung Fu Panda.
We did 7 animated films this year. Not and one of them is yet to come. To be fair, no, this doesn't have the one yet to come.
Well, 3 of them are yet to come this year.
That's true. We did 8.
Also, The Last Unicorn isn't animation; it's drawn.
That's an animated film.
It's
not live action. So anyway, you guys.
If there's the illusion
out of
motion,
22, out of 22 or 23 films, that's a pretty even split then.
Thank you, Brian Koch.
Yes, you're always in my walls. Brian, I'm always thinking of you. Anyway.
Well, this has been quite the podcast.
This has been. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Justin.
I'm Seth.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.